how I would make over $20,000 a month as a brand new wholesaler starting out in wholesaling real estate. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to show you exactly how if I was in your shoes right now, make over $20,000 in wholesaling real estate. When it comes to making $1,000 ASAP as soon as possible, you're going to have to work hard. It is going to be a lot of commitment. It's going to have to be a lot of dedication, but it is a very possible thing. Now, I have said this a lot, but wholesaling real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-quick with hard work scheme. So yes, you can make a lot of money wholesaling houses with $0 at all very quick, not just for anyone, but if you are willing to work hard. And that is the point of today's video, to show you how you can make this $20,000 by doing it very, very quickly, but by working hard and actually being smart. Now, the amount of 18-year-olds that want to make $20,000 in a month and have all these crazy fancy things is pretty much every single boy that's 18 years old wants this, right? So why doesn't every 18-year-old boy actually make 20 grand? Because most of them aren't willing to do the hard work. Think about this for a second. You know, losing weight is very, very difficult, and it is a hard thing to do, like getting a six-pack, right? Pretty much everybody wants a six-pack. Everyone virtually wants this, but they don't get it because it is actually hard. This is an optional thing though for most people. You know, you can eat the burger, you can eat the healthy thing. You choose to eat the yummy thing because you know it tastes good right now. And it's very difficult to eat the really good stuff. So you get the six pack and all these things, and there's other things with that. But I'm just letting you know, most people choose that because it's very difficult to do and they have to work hard and they'll get the six pack. Wholesaling real estate's the same thing. You don't have to wholesale. You can quit wholesaling anytime. You can quit your diet at any time. And unfortunately, quitting a diet and eating pizza and all this good stuff is actually fun. And with our weird brains, it's actually rewarding. And so it kind of screws us up. Wholesaling real estate is the same way. We get into wholesaling real estate and it's hard work. You're cold calling, you're texting, you're doing all these crazy things. And unfortunately, you know, quitting it's actually good because we have this free time. We can go play video games and hang out with our friends and all this stuff. And we're doing things that don't seem fun. The cold calling, the talking to cash buyers and sellers and all these things. It's so confusing and crazy, and we can quit it anytime. But the thing is, in your mind, if you starting out want to make $20,000 like this month, you have to treat wholesaling like something that is hard but is a must for you. And so one thing that is a must for you, for example, is if you're a mom or dad, you know, having a kid is a very tough and difficult thing. And I'll tell you straight up, I've never had a kid, but I have cousins that have kids and my parents, and like, I know how difficult it can be. When you have a child, it is a hard thing, but it is a must. It is a non-optional thing for you to do. And what I mean by this is when you have a kid, right, you just can't decide, you know what, I don't want to feed this thing. I don't want to take care of this thing tonight. I'm just going to relax and take a nap and watch TV. No. You have to go feed the kid 3 times a day. You have to take it to school. You have to do all these things. And I know I'm saying it like it's like a dog or something, but it's not. But it's not like you get to choose like, you know what? I don't want to feed the kids tonight, or I don't want to take them to the doctor. No, you have to. It's a must, right? And in your brain, it is a must and it's difficult, but you decide to do it anyway. So the truth here in wholesaling real estate, you got to treat it the same way. It's like having a kid. You just can't quit having a kid and be like, all right, I give up. No, people give up on a diet. People give up on so many things. But you can't give up on wholesaling real estate. And when I started out in wholesaling, when I wanted to make my first $20,000 in wholesaling, I made wholesaling real estate my baby. And what I mean by that is this was a thing I was carrying, this is the thing I was holding, and I cannot just give up on this thing or the baby dies. And that obviously you don't want that, right? It's very, very bad. And so wholesaling real estate's got to be your baby. You can not give up and just quit on it, right? You have to do it, right? And you can't be a bad parent either with it. And what I mean by this is a lot of people are bad parents with your wholesaling baby, right? You know, you can't have a kid and be like, oh, I fed it in the morning. Why do I have to keep feeding it, right? I already fed it on Monday. Why do I have to feed the baby Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? That's a lot of work, right? No, you have to feed the thing basically 3 times a day, right? And the thing is in wholesaling, you guys will try to cold call on like Monday and be like, oh, I didn't cold call the rest of the week and I got no deals, or I don't want to drive for dollars, right? Yeah, I don't want to take the kid to the hospital, right? It's crazy stuff. Like, it sounds crazy as a parent, you saying that or me saying that, but that's the way I think of it when you're trying to get into wholesaling and you have your wholesaling baby and you say, oh, I have to feed this thing. I have to give this thing water. This is so confusing. It's just like pretty standard. Now, the biggest con about having kids and babies and all these things is there's really no guidebook or rule book of what you have to do step by step, right? But today for wholesaling, I want to give you my systems guide and actually a system so you can actually go out here and make over $20,000 as soon as possible in wholesaling real estate. Because really, there is a blueprint and there is a system. I've taught a lot of people how to do this, and you can be the next person getting rich and successful in wholesaling real estate. Now, the system's not complicated or it's not crazy, right? If you're looking to get, let's say, your first wholesaling deal, right? Your first deal in wholesaling real estate, I'm personally going to say you should do a mix of the things where the majority of wholesalers get their first deal. And what I mean by this is, if I have hundreds of thousands of students, which I do at freewholesaling.com, I have 132,000 people in wholesaling houses for real, my Facebook group, right? And hundreds of thousands of people following them on other things. I see these people that post checks and say thank you, and they show me the proof. The majority of these people get their first wholesaling real estate deal, their first $20,000, by doing simple, easy lists and marketing channels. They don't go complicated. They don't go crazy. They don't do what the stupid gurus do to try to get you in this trap of spending $10,000. They make it simple and they make it easy. And this is what I talk about, right? And so if you're looking for a system, a way to make $20,000 as soon as possible in wholesaling real estate, stick to the basics that actually work, right? It's like if you want to lose weight, eat healthy foods, get enough protein, get enough carbs, but don't have too much carbs, and exercise, right? Like that's how you do it, right? But so like, how do you get good at wholesaling? Do the pretty standard stuff, right? And when a fitness guru goes and tells you, oh, you have to go eat this liver and you have to go eat the private parts of this animal, and that will make you jacked. Just like it's foo-foo stuff. And unfortunately in wholesaling, people tell you to do this, right? They tell you to do novations, all these crazy things. But when we're talking about the fundamentals, right? We're talking about cold calling. We're talking about texting sellers. We're talking about reverse rank for dollars. Heck, throw in some door knocking, go crazy, JV some deals, right? These are all simple and easy things I teach in my free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. Wholesaling real estate is not this crazy, complicated formula. It's super easy. It's super simple. You want to know what lists work? Do the government lists. And what I mean by this is you and everyone and their mom wants to get rich wholesaling, right? And every guru and their mom tells you do the easy thing, right? The thing that's super easy going down, but hard at the end. And what I mean by this is getting just like, let's say, a software list, right? We can use PropStream, aka listrei.com. We can use ZachDay.com, batch leads, or DMZach.com, deal machine, right? And we can pull data from these lists, and it's really easy to pull. Like I can go to listrei.com right now, get a high equity list, click it in a button, skip trace it in a button, and get a list of 12,000 motivated sellers, and then boom, I can go cold call them, right? It'll cost me a little bit of money, but I can go do it really simple, really easy, really fast right now. Now, here's the problem. I can pull that really easy and simple, and at midnight, in 30 minutes, I can do that really simple. But the issue is then that means 500 other people in, let's say, Kansas City, Missouri can do the same exact thing. And you're all calling the same list. What do you think is going to happen here? Like, let me be completely honest with you. Like, what results do you think is going to come from that? If 500 people are pulling the same list that every guru's saying, you're going to get the same results. And so what I mean by this is pulling a list, it's easy going down. It's like the beginning is easy, right? But at the end, you're calling very saturated lists, which means every motivated seller is getting the same calls, and they call you like, you're the 10th guy calling me today. It's like, what? And then you say, oh, wholesaling saturated, the game's stupid, I quit, win, right? When you can just do a list that's very difficult to actually pull, like very difficult to do, not super difficult, but still not easy. Let's say the probates, pre-foreclosures, code violations, the arrest record list, the fire damage property list, the water shuffle list that, yes, they're not easy to pull. That's the point, right? So the quitters and the people that like giving up really easy, they can't get those, right? And when you pull a list, maybe there's 2 or 3 wholesalers calling a list of thousands and thousands of these sellers. And heck, these government lists, there are thousands of these new lists that get produced every month from your county. It costs $0 too. You're not spending thousands of dollars for this data. But the problem is, like I've said, it's hard in the beginning, but it's easy when you're cold calling them and there's literally no one's calling these people. And so you choose, do you want to do the thing that's easy up front and bad at the end, or hard in the front and easy at the end? This is a story I like saying because as a kid, this was always my mindset, right? Even as a little kid, right? We used to have family dinner and it used to be like, I don't know, like chicken nuggets and then like broccoli on the side, something simple every kid likes. And what I used to do was I used to eat the broccoli that I hate. I hated I still hate vegetables, but I'll eat the vegetables first. And so at the end of the meal, I get to eat something that I actually enjoy. And that's what I like to do. Now, not making fun of my sister. I love my sister to death. She used to eat the chicken nuggets first, and then she'd be stuck on the table. And my parents were like, you can't leave till you finish your vegetables. And it was painful for her at the end. And eating dinner was a terrible experience for her. And we're like 5 and 4, okay? But like, that's kind of my mindset that I've always had been. Get the thing that sucks done, and then I get to enjoy the rest of my meal and make it a lot easier, right? And overall, I personally feel like it's a better experience. This is why I've always talked about government lists. Because yeah, it sucks in the beginning, but at the end, it's very easy and really simple. And here's the cool part. Like I teach it all in freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course. Reverse trying for dollars works really well. The only thing I'm going to tell you here is I would avoid some of these new guru fads. Like really, honestly, any marketing is going to get you 20 grand in a month if you do it the right way. But the things that are overpriced or too costly, right? I saw another guru make a post. I ain't going to mention them because these people always hate me. But like they're saying like, hey, you want to get started wholesaling real estate? Oh, sorry. Let me. All right. Now I'm ready. If you want to get started wholesaling real estate, you need to spend at least $1,500 to $2,000 a month if you really want to get started in this business. You cannot start wholesaling real estate unless you're dropping $2,000 a month. Do you know why the guru tells you have to drop $2,000 a month in marketing to only even remotely become successful and put it on a credit card, by the way? Because they can't charge you 10 grand for a course if you're not even willing to cough up $2,000 a month in marketing. Like, I never believed that. Rick never started, my dad, he never started thousands of dollars. I started with $300. And so the truth is, I hate these gurus saying it because they're trying to perpetuate this in the industry. You don't need any money starting out. Yeah, you're going to have to work your butt off. But for the 16, 17, 18-year-olds right now that actually want to get started, actually want to get rich, actually want to make a change in their lives, you can do it. You're going to have to work hard. I've never, ever said this business was easy. But it is a business that you can make a ton of money really quickly if you decide to work hard. And that's the truth of my generation. You look at people my age, and I'm 24 right now. If I look at any 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old, right? I know these people. I talk to people like this all the time. I would say a large portion of people my generation, they're babies. That's the best way I could say it, right? They look like babies, and their babies are there. Oh, it's hurt. My knee hurts, and they're all low. But the 2-3% of them, of these people, right? They are the hardest workers I've ever seen. They will walk laps around any other generation. Like the top 2-3%. I have the hardest workers in my generation, but I also have most of them are lazy. But the people that decide not to be lazy bums, the ones that actually work hard and grind out, they're insane. And I believe if you're watching this, you need to make the decision. Are you going to be the 95% of people in my generation that want to get started in wholesaling that are bums, they want to quit? If anything in life gets hard, they decide to just give up easy, or they're going to be the 5% that are going against the grain in my generation, in the 20s and the teens, that they don't care. They're going to become successful. And why I'm saying this, I'm not making fun of every person in my generation. But what I mean by this is if you are a teenager or you're in your early 20s, the bar to become successful in wholesaling has never been lower. If you are just willing to do consistent action every single day, you can make 20 grand all day, every day. Like the bar has never been lower. You just got to work hard. And so the bar has never been lower because most people aren't willing to do extraordinary things. And look at the word extraordinary, right? And so if you don't want to be ordinary, making $15 an hour at the grocery store, be extraordinary. Make 20 grand a month wholesaling houses. But making $20,000 a month, especially at 17 years old, is not an ordinary thing. So you are going to have to do extraordinary effort to get past that point. Here's the cool part. You can do it quick. You can do it this month. You have to make the decision to get rich wholesaling houses. Guys, making 20 grand, it's easy. You just got to do the work. That's it. Show up every single day. It's not fun. I promise you this. but you're a grinder and you can make the change possible right now. Once that $20,000 check hits you, woo, all that work, all that agony, all that sweat, it don't matter anymore because you worked hard and you decided to get rich. Guys, if you want to learn exactly the rules of the game, exactly how I pull these lists, my skip tracing, all these things, I don't put it behind a paywall. It's absolutely for free. I can't post it on the YouTube channel. Literally last week, I got another live stream taken down. Drives me crazy. But because of that, with the privacy policies, and I can't post addresses and show you government lists anymore, I actually posted in my free course. I literally have private servers. I spend tens of thousands of dollars a month for this. I have hundreds of thousands of active students. Be one of them, join for free. Literally, if you go to freewholesaling.com, click it right there. In under a minute, you can go in there. There's no sign up or anything crazy. Just go on there and you'll get wholesaling real estate knowledge, the information, the course, $7,000 course to give to you for free. And you get it right now. Go to freewholesaling.com. Also, if you like this video, you like the content we're doing here, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.